Doma Sports Talk worldwide with some news for the Formula One. So y'all check this out. Well, before I even get into it, Formula One I've been watching for years. My favorite drivers of all time got to be Jacques Villeneuve and Juan Pablo Montoya. Now I've said that before, but sometimes you gotta make sure that's clear before you talk about what I'm about to talk about in a minute. Well, I used to watch back then, and the reason why is because Michael Schumacher is the best of all time. But in that day, sometimes in his team, if it was Eddie Irvine, if it was Rubens Barrichello, or your boy Felipe Massa, whoever it was, Michael Schumacher dominated them, and if he didn't, they was gonna let him go past him anyway. So I was liking drivers who would try to pass and wasn't coming to the Formula One trying to over respect anybody, right? Like right now, like Max Verstappen, right? Because he's 19, well, he's 20 now. When he was 19, he didn't care what the names were. I'm passing you, right? So I gravitate to those kind of drivers that like to pass because sometimes Formula One could be a parade, y'all, especially in Monaco. After qualifying, you can might as well in the beginning of the race, you might as well go do something else and come back at the end because nobody passing nobody. So I do those. I have those issues with some of the tracks. Now, having said that, my favorite driver right now is definitely Lewis Hamilton, right? And Lewis Hamilton, talk about him right now. Thing is, Lewis Hamilton just extended his contract at Mercedes, and he's going to be making 45 million a year, and that's euros, right? Or euros, whatever you want to call them. Now, that's about $50 million or something over that. He's the highest paid Formula One driver of all time now, and he should be, right? Because hey, back in the day would be Michael Schumacher, because if you adjust it for inflation. But as of right now, Lewis Hamilton should be, and he should be right next to Sebastian Vettel, because both of these guys are legends. Sebastian Vettel is right behind him, making about 34, 35 million, right? Because he did his contract about a year ago. So, who knows how that's going to be. It's going to be a Cristiano Ronaldo, Messi type of thing. It's going to be a Federer, Nadal type of thing. I told you, this year is the drive for five. You got two legends, and I'm bona fide legends. They have both four titles. This is awesome this year, right? And the races are close. Both of the cars are compatible. Last race was in Silverstone. The Federer stole the show in Silverstone and Lewis Hamilton hometown. So they go on to Germany in a minute, going to Hockenheim. And I know Lewis Hamilton want to get back. But having this contract, it just kind of solidifies, who the best drivers are, and we know who they are. I mean, it has to be Lewis Hamilton, Sebastian Vettel, followed by Alonso. Now, I'm gonna tell you something over there at Red Bull, what's going on with which hit me in the eye, right? Max Verstappen getting paid 3 times more than your boy uh, Danny Ricciardo. Now, Verstappen is my boy and everything, but you don't want to do that. So I'm pretty sure Danny Ricciardo has going to do something with that contract. Let's see what happens going forward. And we need to be in people's pockets. I just thought that this is significant because it solidifies Lewis Hamilton as being the best or one of the best drivers that are out there right now. I think we can't, disagree on that because the guy has the most pole positions of all time now at 30 years old. The most pole positions. Make sure you fathom that. The most pole positions of all time he has now, and he's leading by about 4 or 5. You know what I'm saying? So that's telling you where he is. And people that are saying, well, his car is better. His car is better than everybody. Well, let me just give you a stat. This is what made me check Lewis Hamilton out real closely. Now, obviously, it's a black driver coming to the Formula One, and it ain't none. Right? So obviously, I'm not gonna try to act like I didn't see that. Oh, it's a black dude in the Formula One. Let's see how he is. Right? Did that. Now, in his rookie year, he was driving against Fernando Alonso at McLaren Mercedes. Fernando Alonso, who some think is still the best driver. Now, he's over there earning some big money at McLaren. Matter of fact, he's the third highest payer in the Formula One, Fernando Alonso. And at that time, he was definitely considered the best driver in the Formula One. And Lewis Hamilton was all up in that. They ended with the same amount of points. But people that know what time it is knows that Fernando Alonso was complaining to the people, hey, man, slow this dude down. Stuff like this in his rookie year. So I knew then, just like I know now about Max Verstappen, this is somebody that you got to deal with. And Lewis Hamilton proved me right. And it makes it exciting because, these dudes ain't trying to drive behind people. Those are the ones I gravitate to. So, to make a long story short, Lewis Hamilton's the highest paid driver on the planet. I like it. Double Sports Talk, worldwide, and I'm about to here, y'all.